Hello everybody, my name is KingStix and I have a brand new Twitch jungle commentary guide for you. This game is in high plat, low diamond on 66. I'm trying to get it all the way up into diamond 1 and masters before this season ends. I haven't gotten a chance to try Ezreal jungle yet. There's a couple of you who've been asking me to make a video on it. I am going to need a couple of days to learn it, play it, and then I can make a video on it for you guys. I do think it's fairly strong, especially if you have at least one tank on your team, because he has so much base damage right now on his Q. Also, he's fairly mobile, but like I said, you're going to need at least one tank on your team. I got a leash on my red buff, and I'm going to be doing classic gank using my invisibility before I get close to the middle bush, because that's usually where they ward. I want to try to get behind her without actually being in turret range and taking too much minion damage to get off some autos. I didn't think Galio was going to flash there, otherwise I could have flashed 2 and done one more auto and she would have died, but we did shove her out of lane and we got her flash, so that's good enough for me. Gonna move over here onto my blue using my Q to clear it faster, moving it around, saving my smite for my Gromp, because your Gromp does a lot more damage to you and you can't move it around as much because it will reset. Here the enemies are really low, so I'm going to go invisible before they can see me. I'm going to try to get as close as possible. Teemo does a good bait, blows Leona's flash, throw down W behind Leona and Lee Sin. Try to stay on Leona the best I can with my red buff. Now I'm going to move on to Lee Sin, reset with my Q since I got an assist. Stay on them, keep auto-attacking with red buff, and I force both of their flashes. Now this is an important thing, you aspiring jungler players, or just if you get auto-filled, you need to learn how to tag flashes. Normal flash has a 5-minute cooldown unless they took the mastery, which makes it a shorter one, so I just tagged it generic, saying that Lucian, Leona, and Lee Sin's flash is 5 minutes. Typically the support flash will only be 250 seconds instead of 5 minutes, but overall just giving that rough general estimate is good enough, especially since I got the flash timer on Lee Sin and Lucian as well. Typically the ADCs and junglers have a 5-minute flash cooldown. In between ganks, clearing scuttle is a great choice because it's going to give you a lot of golden experience. So say you want to gank bot lane, taking the scuttle first is good. That way it'll let you know if the jungler's coming most of the time. Also, in the meantime, you can take it. It's just a good way to spend time in between ganks, because also Scuttle can't hurt you on Twitch, and Twitch takes a fair amount of damage from his jungle camps, especially in the early games. I knew Ahri's flash was down from earlier since I blew it, therefore I did the Scuttle waiting for her to come back. Now I'm just going to go invisible, come up behind her. Galio scared her off way too soon, he should have just waited. Now that I'm behind her, just throw down my flask right on top of her and slightly behind her so she'll have to run through it. Keep autoing nonstop and moving. Activate my E once I have full stacks on her and she's getting out of my auto attack range. Galio will chase her down and get a nice knockup. This part is very important. After a successful gank, you want to shove in the wave. You're going to get a lot of gold from these minions and a lot of experience. Twitch can't keep up with 99% of enemy junglers and golden experience just from farming camps. You also have to take some laners' minions. Only take their minions though if you get a successful gank or if your laner has to back and you're holding the lane for them. But it is very important that you do get the extra gold and experience nonetheless. This is the classic lane gank on Twitch. Since you can go invisible, you can just run it down the lane. Assuming you go visible in time, I throw my flask right behind her, get up really close. Right when she starts to run, I open up with my auto attacks and we kill her. Camping the lane whenever you know their flash is down is great, especially when your laner has a lot of CC. Galio has loads of CC with a knockup and taunt. He can hold them in place for me and give us time to damage them. Therefore, returning back to that lane to kill Ahri is a great choice. Lee Sin does kill Teemo, but Teemo did a lot of his health, so I know I can come in here and take some of his camps. I know by the time I'm done doing these Raptors, Lee Sin will be getting close in the area. Ahri's getting low, gonna pop my ult since she used her ult, just to ensure that I get the kill with extra damage and range. It's definitely worth it to get a kill to pop your ult on Twitch. Lee Sin should be near his red buff, which is why I backed off. I can't really 1v1 him. Galio is back in the mid lane, so I know he can help out. Also, now I do see Lee Sin in his top lane. He went for Fiora, foolishly leaving his red buff up. This is an interesting tip right here. You can actually pull the red buff all the way down here into the bush, as long as you're standing towards the end of it, and you can kill it right there. Most people won't expect it. It's also really safe since they can't see you since you're in a faraway bush. Coming on Ahri again, she wastes her flash. She didn't have ult, and we are going to pick up the kill. Her flash is down again, so I should timestamp for my team at 14 minutes 4 seconds. And then just copy and paste it so I can type it again at a later date. Now that she is dead, once again, I'm going to take some minions and I'm going to want to push the wave in. I really should stay and attack the turret, but I want to kind of go do my blue buff. Lee Sin does show up, so I'm going to turn on him with my invisibility. I want to get off my smite onto him for some extra damage, but can't quite reach him. I flash, smite, keep autoing him, and we do get the kill. Unfortunately, Galio does get it. Early game Twitch does need as much gold as possible to keep himself in the game and start snowballing, because he's a hardcore snowball champion. He's kind of like picking Evelyn, except Twitch jungle is actually good late game. He's got a lot of damage and a lot of range, and he can shred tanks super quick. Ahri comes on to us with their ultimate. I just activate my Q. Twitch is so slippery when he's on his Q because he's moving fast. He's also invisible, so they can't use any target spells very well. They can't auto attack you even if they know what direction you're moving. Leona, I don't know what she's doing here. She just kind of comes out and my team's gonna try to pick her off, but they don't have enough damage. For your first item, you always want to get your Blood Razor, whether it's blue smite or red smite. It doesn't make too much of a difference. I do prefer red smite because it's more damage overall and it works nicely. The true damage with your passive. Blue smite is kind of only if your team doesn't have any CC, but in that case you shouldn't really be playing Twitch anyways. Since Gangplank is actually on the turret, I'm going to come up behind him and I'll be under the turret, so if he can't really turn on me, throw my W behind him, smite, auto attack, staying on him. He can't even turn because he's too low on health and he is going to die. Even if he had flash, I could have killed him because I had my ultimate and red buff. Very easy kill. Whenever someone's on the turret and they can't one-shot you, just come up behind them, throw your W slightly behind them and on top of them to get a slow and keep auto attacking. It's very easy and simple. Also, whenever your red smite is up, it makes it very easy to 1v1 people because you'll take a lot less damage and you don't really have to worry about getting one-shotted. Here, Leona's out of position, come up behind with my ult on, keep shooting. I turn on the Lucian, reactivate my Q from getting the assist on Leona. Doing some more, Lucian goes down, reactivate my Q again to get invisibility, movement speed, and attack speed. We pick up the kill on Lee Sin, and like you saw there with all the resets on my Q, they couldn't really get to me, and I had too much damage for them to deal with. Also, since Lee Sin is melee, it's very easy for me and Galio to kite him, since he actually has to touch me to hit me. I can just shoot him from range. Here it was very unfortunate. They had the bush warded, so Lee Sin hit me with the Q even when I was invisible and shouldn't have been able to see me just because the bush was warded. Also, Galio fucked up his taunt and he didn't quite hit Lee Sin with it around the corner and I ended up dying from it. It was overall a very unfortunate situation. I'm kind of out on Boots Mobility. I'm not a huge fan anymore. Boots Mobility is primarily for when you have to like 1v9 and be all over the map. I prefer Berserker Greaves because they give you a lot more attack speed. They also help you to keep you on the enemy because once you attack something, you'll still be moving pretty quick. I fuck up here. I shouldn't have gone in until Leona went in on Galio. I take way too much CC and my ultimate gets wasted. If I would have just waited for Leona to go in on Galio, I could have torn up all three of them and probably have gotten a triple kill. So that was just bad timing on my part. Very greedy. I thought I had a lot more damage than I actually did. After your Blood Razor and you have your Berserker Greaves, you really want to build your Hurricane. You can get Hurricane before your Berserker Greaves, especially if you have enough gold to buy it straight out. I highly recommend that. But after you have Blood Razor, I highly recommend you get at least Boots of Speed and then get Hurricane. Whenever you feel a fight about to start or you're about to ambush somebody, make sure you're invisible first. That way they don't know where you're coming from or where you are. You don't want them to see you first typically. They go in on my Teemo. I'm trying to follow up, throw down slows, flash in, keep auto attacking really well and moving forward at the same time. Lucian flashes the wall so I won't get the kill on him. And then Galio kind of KS's me. He takes the Ahri kill. It wasn't that big of a deal. She might have been able to kill me, but she was kind of already using her spell. So it was a little bit weird that he took it. Here he's going in on Lee Sin. I'm a little low on health, so I got a position behind him. Throwing my W, I'm trying to stay behind him and bait out the Lee Sin Q. Right after killing Leona, I activate my Q, but I haven't gone invisible yet. Plus, Lee Sin does land his Q, so he just jumps right to me and kills me. Lee Sin is a very bad matchup for Twitch jungle, because if he's good, he'll bully you really hard in the early game, come in your jungle, and fuck you up. However, you can pick Twitch into Lee Sin as long as your mid laner can outshove the enemy mid laner. For example, Galio outshoves everybody, so I'm like, I have a Galio, I can pick Twitch, because as long as Galio keeps their mid laner shoved in, he can come help me if Lee Sin fucks with me, and he can help me when I want to fuck with Lee Sin. I got the kill on Leona here. I would have killed him, but he ended up dashing to a ward, so no big deal. At least I got the kill on Leona for the extra gold. Since Lee Sin's low, I figured I was going to come take his blue, but he ran over here thinking I was going to be here, which was kind of strange. He outsmites me. I was a dingleberry. Plus, Lee Sin's really hard to outsmite. At some point, you got to cut your losses. Me and Galio were all by ourselves, so I just figured I might as well back up. Going invisible since we are a man down here. I don't want them to know I'm here. They go to collapsing on Sivir. I get off a little bit of poke damage. I don't want to go deep since it's 2v5 basically. So I just want to get off a few auto attacks. And it pays off in the end. They get some low, let Sivir go in deep on him. Fiora comes up as well, and now we're going to pick up some more kills. I try to get the heal here, but Fiora's ult disappears actually pretty quickly if you're not already in it. Since they are dead and I was low on health, pick up Raptor's red buff, now I'm full health. I see Lee Sin waste his Q and his E on the minion, so I'm going to run out right to him, use W. I end up juking his Q again when it comes back up, keep auto-attacking him. I should have activated my ult sooner to get more damage. That was my bad. I thought I could have killed him, but I just didn't quite have the damage. Stay on Leona with red buff and Galio CC, and we do get the kill. Gangplank's just kind of blowing his spells right now, trying to clear the wave. The enemies are playing a fairly tight defense. They're just kind of wasting time. We have way more kills than them, a much stronger late game. It's a little bit frustrating whenever enemies team do this, but you have to respect it and avoid doing stupid things to let them get back into the game. So I'm still making sure I'm farming. Whenever we don't have a way to keep pushing or take Baron or Dragon, I'll make sure I'm farming or getting kills to stay ahead. They're missing 2 inhibitors, so me and Galio take Dragon with no resistance. Lee Sin goes in on Teemo. I'm invisible, he doesn't see me. I come in right on him. He's about to get away, activate my E, but he built Locket, which is kind of funny. Galio's pretty intense though, so he dashes, flashes, and he throws down a tornado. That tornado is absolutely OP. It's like 2 Syndra spells. It's really, really strong. Going invisible once again. My ultimate is up. Me and Galio can make some plays happen. I start auto-attacking, but I mess up an auto-attacking minion behind me. I'm actually using a new keyboard right now. And when I say new, I mean a shit keyboard. I got it for $10 at Walmart. It's a ONN keyboard, and it's really small. And you gotta click really hard to press in the key. So I've actually been having a lot of misclicks on my attack move click lately. It's a bad excuse, but I'm just saying, like, I'm using a $10 keyboard, cut me some slack. And that's pretty much going to wrap up this video. With Twitch Jungle, you want to camp the right lane. Make sure you're ganking your lanes that have heavy CC. And try to keep ganking that same lane, especially since whenever the enemy's flashes down, it will be a very easy kill. Thank you guys for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out immensely. My name is KingStix, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Yeah.